After a full year spent witnessing a slew of recipes go viral on social media giant TikTok, we've come to the conclusion that, although some, like the baked feta pasta, are far from delicious, many are deserving of the attention they've been getting online. While these recipes took off on TikTok, they found their way to Instagram, YouTube and our general consciousness. Below, we honor these dishes, the foods we made at home that tasted just as good as they looked through our screens. The tortilla that is really a quesadilla. At the beginning of the year, @Crystal's Cooking Fun posted a video on TikTok in which she took a round flour tortilla, cut a slit along its radius and placed a different ingredient into each of its quadrants. She then folded the food clockwise and griddled the concoction in a panini press. Thus, the tortilla that is really a quesadilla was born and followers began experimenting with a variety of ingredients to include in the dish, like the one above. From breakfast tortillas to savory versions, the food was prepared in hundreds of different ways on camera. Two. Gigi Hadid Spicy Vodka Pasta. We are reluctant to include any sort of pasta dish on this list since, although preparation is considered simple by many, it is actually incredibly hard to properly cook the Italian staple. But this recipe made famous by model Gigi Hadid, prepared with butter, Parmesan cheese, heavy cream, shallots and vodka, actually deserves the hype. Three. Nature's Cereal. This one's pretty easy to follow. Throw some berries in a bowl, add some coconut water and a cube of ice and, voila, you've made yourself the cleverly dubbed Nature's Cereal. We are convinced that this particular recipe made the rounds given its simplicity, which is totally fine by us because how much time can you realistically spend in the kitchen to make yourself breakfast? Bonus points, even Lizzo swears by it. 4. Corn ribs. You're likely to have all the ingredients for this recipe at home already, which makes it that much more enticing. Basically a seasoned ear of corn cut into ribs, this easy peasy dish works wonderfully on its own or as a side dish to your protein. Either way, we fully agree with its status as a viral hit. 5. Accordion potatoes. Counter to how we try to avoid all things TikTok and pasta, we welcome recipes that involve potatoes. This particular one is all about the cutting of the spud, so pay extra attention to the technique when studying the video. Pro tip: make a bunch of accordions and douse each one in different dressings, including the traditional urban garlic one. Be creative. 6. Pesto eggs. We believe the key to this particular dish is using very good pesto, potentially, a homemade one. With that in mind, try your hand at the simple recipe that we bet will become your go-to breakfast and brunch meal. 7. Watermelon White Claw grapes. If you've ever had frozen grapes, you'll understand the appeal of this variation on the form. The perfect summer treat, or, perhaps, snack to be mindlessly consumed while watching TV, these grapes drenched in White Claw are sweet and tangy at the same time. True story, we also tried making the snack using liquors like gin and tequila instead of the hard seltzer, and the results were just as delicious. 8. Spicy pickled garlic. We add this item to the list because, although garlic is used in just about any dish to add some flavor, it never gets to be the star of the show. Hot water, salt, sugar and vinegar get thrown into a mason jar-like container. Some variations call for the use of sriracha as well, that is then also filled with fresh pieces of garlic. Stick the mixture in the fridge for 5 to 7 days and you have a very interesting snack to munch on. Nine. 2-ingredient chocolate souffle. This chocolate souffle can be made using only 2 items, basically guaranteeing it fame across all echelons of the internet. Not only does it require just eggs and Nutella, but the recipe is incredibly easy to follow, as long as you know how to separate your egg whites from the yolks. 10. Baked totes. It's super easy to make these actually good baked totes as long as you have a blender you can throw them in, alongside a banana, an egg, salt, cinnamon and baking powder. After blending it all together, pour the mixture into a small bowl, throw in some chocolate chips, or nuts. If you want to go crazy, bake it in the oven for 20 minutes or so and dig in. 11. Smashed Brussels sprouts. We know about smashed potatoes and we're used to fried Brussels sprouts, but TikTok has taught us a new delicious way to cook the latter vegetable. Since the viral trend is more about technique than actual ingredients to be used, here's a pro tip: make it simple and add only lemon juice and zest, salt, garlic and pepper to your Brussels sprouts. 12. Breakfast charcuterie boards. Move over, cheese and meat boards. It's time for breakfast charcuterie to take center stage. Basically a glorified fruit plate, the dish is so beautiful and colorful to look at that we could honestly spend all of 2022 just scrolling through videos of people setting up their boards.